Standing on your mat, feet hip distance apart, option to use your band as we start to do some squats to warm up. We really want to press that band apart as we come into that nice squat position, and as we stand we're driving through the heels, inner thighs and squeezing those glutes. We want to try to use that breath as we drive through the heels to stand up. Nice big exhale. Inhale as we sit nice and low in that position, always maintaining that rib to hip connection, pelvic floor lift, so core always activated. Finding some crab walks now. We want to sink nice and low and really press that band apart. Work to keep the tummy nice and activated, and be mindful of the tracking of the knee over the toe and avoiding the thigh from collapsing inward. We really want to fire up the glutes here, so imagine pressing the heels to opposite sides of the room as you take that step, and press that band as far apart as possible to really get that activation. We're adding a little variation now to our crab walk by raising that leg to the side before we commence that step. So it'll be a squat, leg raise, back down to that nice squat position and continue with the walk. When we take that leg raise, just making sure that the foot's nice and flexed and that we are kicking the leg directly to the side. Although we are straightening and extending in this position, just be mindful that the supporting leg knee is remaining soft and that you're not locking it out as you extend the leg to the side. Coming to a hold in just a moment, and we're going to start to press that band outwards, pressing those thighs back and keeping tension on that band, and then reversing that now to a downward pulse, so really pressing down towards the mat whilst keeping tension on the band. And then we will be repeating this process, pressing out on the band and pulsing down. Coming round to the side now to find a nice bent over position here. We flex at the elbows and start to kick the right leg back behind us. We want to make sure that the left knee is nice and bent here and that all the weight is in that supporting leg, with the right leg free to move against the band. Keeping the tummy nice and activated and a slight tuck of that tailbone towards the nose, we extend the leg back. From here, all we're doing is then taking the leg out to the side. I've switched my view here so that you can see that we're bringing that leg directly to the side, and my supporting leg is still remaining nice and bent. Keep working to press against that band and sink low in that leg, and be mindful of the knee tracking over the second and third toe. We're now going to step this out into a lateral lunge position with a little lift off. Really thinking about anchoring the bottom back behind us, folding the chest over the thigh, and really lifting tall as we come back over that supporting leg. Try to think lifting up towards the ceiling rather than rocking over to the side, so that we're using that core and almost finding that little freeze or pause at the top. Keep sinking low in that position and coming up nice and tall, pressing that band apart. Extending the arms forward now, we find those little pulses. If you'd like to also place the hands behind the head to finish that off, please feel free to do so if that is more comfortable. Almost there, and let's do it all again on the other side, finding now this time the left leg that we're kicking it back. Remembering supporting leg is nice and bent here, tummy's nice and activated. Really find that extension and press against that band. Getting ready to take that leg once again out to the side, so I'm just switching my view, keeping nice and low in that supporting leg, really reaching that leg nice and long, pressing that band apart, and just being mindful of that knee tracking over second and third toe. Glutes should be on fire, mine certainly were at this point, so keeping that tummy nice and activated and using your breath here to work through this final flow. Finding that last one before we come into that lateral lunge on the second side, pressing the bottom right back behind you, folding the chest over the thigh and pressing that band apart as we come up to the top, finding that little pause and activation through the tummy. Let's finish it out with the final pulses, either extending the arms forward, relaxing the shoulders down and back, or popping the hands on the back of the head. Really pulse it back and down. Tummy stays nice and lifted here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys.